been down for a long time. Give a about who ain't with me. Cause we be going in, I should be in your top 10. Them thoughts in your head, man, I hear them get top 10. Cause we ain't following no trends. The weed that I smoked in my lifetime's a mountain.
It's your boy Big Dame, and you watching Texas Plug TV, the realest in the game.
What's happening, man? It's your boy htownphats, man. Right now, you tuned in with the Texas Plug, and we rocking for Phats Friday podcast, episode 114, man. I got some very special people in the building, man. Got DJ Damon in the building, and I got my boy BC in the building, man. We done met this man for the first time, you know what I'm saying? So it's a salute to meet this dude. And I'm gonna let that man introduce himself so you can better get acquainted with him yourself.
Well, I'm BC, Southern Fried Marketing, Promotions and Marketing Specialist. That's who I am. Who are you?
This is Damon. We all three Team Texans here today, so
We're going to try not to get into the sport thing today, but just if half it comes up, Cowboys.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. This is a very special day, man. It's 420, man.
They should make 420 every 6 months.
Why would they have to do that? That's twice every day. What you got going on in the music, man? What bring you into the city, man? What's happening in H-Town for you to be rocking with the kid right now?
Speaking of the 420, man, we got an event tonight at Wolf Dens. One of my groups I manage by the name of High Rollers. So we came into Houston to start off the tour. We got several other dates that we'll be doing as well as coming up, you know, but definitely check us out at High Rollers, man. That's with an A and a Z.
Where they gonna be performing at tonight?
At Wolf Dens.
DJ Damon, man, what's happening with you, my brother? Come on, man, you sitting over there kind of quiet.
it's all good. It's 420. We let the cowgirls in the city. We're gonna talk about some music. All you artists need stuff, so I brought him in. He actually know a little bit about music, so we're gonna educate y'all a little bit today. That's what we're gonna do today.
Okay, before we get into the music, man, you know, it's 420. You know, we know about George Floyd's situation, and
We don't know how much time he gonna get yet, how much time serve will be at this point, but you know, I don't believe in taking people's lives, but he definitely needs some life involved. He should be in jail for life or whatever it may be at that point in the stint.
DJ Damon, man, I want to ask you, man, where did your love of music come in from?
It was TSU and PV that weekend. So what happened was Ricky from Suave House. So they pretty much was like, if you can give out all these CDs, get pictures and make sure 8 bought the MJG CDs. So I got like about 5,000 CDs, and the TSU PV game was always like 8,000 people. We're going to put you in the game with us at Suave House. And I did what I had to do to get in the game and make sure everybody in that game had CDs. Right. And pretty much, I got in with Suave House. Then you had X-Bam in the building. Then, you know, you had, what was the one, the DJ Screw with Russell and them. Everybody was in the same building. So pretty much I just kind of got jobs from everybody in it. And it just kept on from there.
So BC, man, how did you get started in the music, man?
My situation was a real blessing. My cousin was in the industry, and I was just a music head. You know, I just loved music. You know, my cousin would always say the statement, man, you more of a people person than I am. You'll make it in this game. You know, not knowing at the time really what he was meaning, but it was just one of those things that was always resonated with me because, you know, he would push me forward to be like, yo, bro, you can do this thing. I learned how to work records. A lot of people today still don't understand the pricing and the placement. Everybody's got a quick fix right now. I tell them attention span is on a record is just as long as it is the record. I hate to say that. We all have been experienced thinking a record was dead and it comes back.
Yeah. It's the best situation that what he just said is the recent record, Erica Banks.
Absolutely.
Remember, at first, they did it like 10 months ago. And pretty much they did all the spins they could, and it completely died. All of a sudden that TikTok picked it up. It's gonna probably end up gold right now. It's gold record. 10 months later, after it had died down off of TikTok.
Speaking of TikTok, we was talking earlier, and you get down with the TikTok situation, man. A little bit looking into how that whole demographic goes and how it works, but I ain't just done all my research to it. And tell us about it a little bit, bro.
I tell anybody, and I keep it real when I say this, if you're doing your research and you're paying attention what, on the platform standpoint, what people are paying the most attention to, which most people's time spent is on TikTok. You know, you got to remember people from all genres of businesses using TikTok now. You got people that's cooking, you got people that's doing hair, you got people now. It's beyond just the dancing, you know. So I'm just really talking about the platform within itself. So if you're really trying to get exposed or get some fan base and things of that nature, why not go where they're spending the most time?
I know from experience, man, I've been on TikTok for a minute, and then next thing I know, bro, like an hour done passed, bro, and I'm like, damn, that's why they call this shit TikTok. Your boys High Rollers, man, where are these cats from, bro? Let's talk about them a little bit more, what they got going on right now.
Well, guys, High Rollers, and they're originally from Dallas, but one is from New York, originally, and one is from East Texas area type of situation, small town. But they both reside in Houston, in Dallas. We spend a lot of time in Houston. You know, they got a lot of relationships in Houston as well. Like I was telling you, we'll be coming back and spending more time here because it's just, you know, Houston be thriving, bro. We went out last night and was at a spot on a Monday night, and it was just cracking like a Saturday night. You know what I mean? So it was just one of those things. You know, we really concentrating on opening up that I-45 communication again. If you really remember when we was really successful as a state and a lot of things was going on, we had that I-45 communication going on. You know, something that the OG me and Watts has talked about. It's something that I've talked to several people, even this gentleman sitting to my left. I'm not going to refer to him who he is. We've had a lot of communication about opening up that I-45, even like heavy, you know what I mean? Some of my OGs and my partners, we've all had that common conversation about getting the communication of I-45 back right.
I think it's key in making a bunch of things shaking. I think it's a good idea. So the sooner, the better. Absolutely. DJ Damon, man, you be DJing, man. I've been trying to get you in this thing, man, in the podcast for about what, 2 months now, 3 months. I know you always get tied up, man. You are busy. You tell us about what all you be doing, what all you be DJing at, and what type of things you got going on. Plus, I also want to talk about you in the high school situation that you be putting on.
All my DJs would kind of show up late. You know what I'm saying? Or be this, and I'm like, wait a minute. I can do this myself and just put on the music, and I know I'm going to be on time. I know, like, these kids be looking at me like, well, where your DJ at? I'm like, nah, we can't do that. So I just got the equipment and just started doing my stuff. I got all my songs and everything, and it turned out pretty good because I just kind of tested it out last year at the basketball game. I'm like, I'm just see if I could do it. And, you know, it was pretty good. Everybody kept like, well, come on back. You know what you're doing. I'm like, cool. So then Corona happened. I already had all the connection with the school, so it was like, well, we need a DJ for all these curbside, because curbside meals was 500 cars every school, every day, all the time. Like, we did it so much. We were doing like 6 days a week. So they was like, turn to a paid situation for you. We're like, cool. And we get back, and it was like, well, anybody at school, but we know you're so good, so come on, DJ these football games, the pre-games and everything, while everybody walking in for a good hour, you know, let the players warm up. So I did all football games, like all season. I went to the playoffs. Then it turned back into basketball season. So I did basketball season, all games, to the playoffs, to the championship. I just finished soccer this last week. Now we getting back into graduation. I just got to keep going. It was like, it could have been a bad year and everything was not going, but it turned out pretty good. I'm still at all the games, and it allows me to play music for the kids. Football season, you always seen it was packed. Basketball season was packed. Soccer season was packed, and what's so crazy about it, they actually loved the soccer because it was a different audience. It was like a bunch of white families and a bunch of white kids in them soccer, but it was packed. So now we're finna get back to the schools, and like I said, hopefully these next couple of weeks, come graduation, I can start bringing some artists back, at least for the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? And we'll just do it from there. But like, yeah, that's pretty much.
Let me ask you this, man. What you got coming up in the near future, man?
I'm actually diversifying my portfolio as a CEO. I got a liquor brand that I started. Sleek vodka, chocolate vodka. It'll be in the stores near you. I'm working on a cannabis situation as well out there in Oklahoma. You know, a farm called Cool Kids. Yeah, Cool Kids, you know, so I'm just really doing a lot of things, man, finna get into some transportation stuff as far as with trucks and different things of that nature, but I'm just trying to grow, man. You know, like we talked about off the film, we was talking about if COVID didn't teach you a thing or two, I don't really know what it did, but, you know, I learned, I know that, during the COVID, you know what I mean, and just try to really just grow, bro, and, you know, I know from just being very transparent and honest with you, I took the negative and turned it into a positive. And when that being said, we was really used to run a lot. You know, in this music industry, you run a lot. So some things don't really always get done, even though it's on your table. And I stayed in that. You got to come back to it and nurture it and help it grow. So I just went back to a few projects that I had kind of lingering over there and just nurtured them on through. You know what I mean? So it gave me a chance to slow down and really catch up too, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So that's my biggest thing. I'm just trying to grow as a businessman and as they would say, go into being a check writer, man, and ain't got to be in the rat race so tough.
Okay, so D, I'm gonna ask you the same thing, Damon, man. What you got coming up in the very near future, man?
We're gonna do the high school thing. After the draft, we'll get to Texas right too. I hate it. I know it look crazy right now. Yeah, it looks very crazy right now. Because we don't know who's gonna
talk about that.
We don't know who's gonna be the quarterback right now, but we'll get to that in a second. We'll be better than the Cowboys come the fall, some way, somehow.
We're in preseason.
Regular season. Y'all go. Cowboys go 7-9.
Don't nobody want to play for y'all. So what are you talking about? Are y'all gonna have a season?
You said the Cowboys going 7-9?
7-9. If they look at maybe 6-10. Hey, even though in their division, what the team last year? They won the division at 7-9. So yeah, you're right. You can go 6-10 and get that because you can win that division at 7-9. You ain't even got to play for that division. That's just how bad they suck, and they still think they're good. But you know, the Texans will be even if Tyron is a QB, we'll still be the Cowboys.
I agree.
Yeah. We could do that. We could definitely do that. Right now, we're seeing a record right now that's hot, that's finna blow up. And he hooked me up with the Soulja Boy record. I did it one weekend last weekend, and we did like the step show and clubs. Every single spot, within 15 seconds, they went crazy off of the TikTok to make it clap. I mean, it was just instant. It didn't matter if it was grown people, kids. They went crazy.
He the same one made him do the Soulja Boy.
He gonna always bounce back. I don't give a damn what happens. He can take a break for 5-6 years, and he gonna always come back with something hot, like a single that's gonna put his name back out there, like for real. I don't give a damn what he go through. So I salute that boy for real.
You working that record as we speak.
You know what I'm saying? So if y'all ain't catch that, man, this man is helping and working the Soulja Boy's record, make it clap.
I'm gonna let y'all in another one. He just had another big record that they kind of blew. And dude was a singer from Alabama, like from nowhere, Alabama, but ended up being number one, the Mooski record. Yes, sir. That took off on TikTok. Track star.
I dislike the fact that you are holding out on me, brother.
We talk about other people so much from a promoter standpoint. You know, it's really kind of reverse crazy when I say this. We don't really talk about ourselves enough. And I appreciate the platform. Trust me, I do. And I get it more than you even can fathom. But, you know, we don't really talk about us enough. With that being said, yeah, it's a lot of great records out here right now. Stutter Bams, Erica Banks, you know, there's a lot of great stuff going on, man. Like, it's a blessing to be a part of a hit, though. I can honestly say I've been tied to some real major big records. You know what I'm saying? Little Nas X. Go on as another one right now that's just #1 platform. I mean, Billboard, which is Polo G. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of big records out here right now, man. You know?
Don't be holding out like that. I'm just gonna pass the mic to Damon. Damon, start spilling the beans, man, because I don't think my man's over here gonna let us know everything.
Nah, tell him he do a lot of major records, but he brought a lot of independent records to a lot of independent. So tell him a lot of independent records you book, especially like out of Dallas, so they could actually know. You have to do a little history. You just don't know football, but you know the music business.
Here you go. I'm trying to stay up off his head, off his helmet that he won't wear this year. One of the ones that it's not even just one, it's several. I go back to the Quint Black record, Shake Them Haters Off. That was one of my monumental ones. You familiar with another guy out of Dallas? His name was Twisted Black. He was super big. We ran that race really well. And, you know, I've been either had one way or another to deal with a record, even if it's mixed show or something, or doing something to help him out with some interviews, just running it through. You know, I fooled with Tuck, all of them times. I fooled with all of them, bro. It's a lot of them that I go back with history, just, you know, even just being in the cuts. I'm one of them cats that's in the know and out the way. Really tough when I say that. Like, I've mastered that part of the industry because I was never trying to be famous or any of that. I just wanted to be known for my work, bro. Just be honest with you. You know what I mean?
That's what this is about, man. Like, we bring a lot of artists on, but we like to also bring producers and your DJs in and people that work behind the scene that don't normally get the spotlight for the artists that don't know who they need to reach out to, or just so they can get some game from big dogs and stuff that can share a little knowledge on what they're trying to do and help further their career and help them build up some shit. You know what I'm saying? Damon, man, what's happening with you, brother? You look like you ready. You ready for me to go put this order in on your food, brother?
We're gonna definitely.
Like you gonna eat.
Oh yeah, he did that eat song too. That eat the I forgot the name.
You talking about my boy Super now?
So yeah, oh yeah, I give him a little credit because he used to work 97 to beat up there in Dallas, like all the big car shows and everything. He was the man that helped put it on. When Beat King and Slim Thug and Zero and all of them was going to Dallas every year for the car show, it'll be just me, Beat King, and Tasha riding. Yeah. When we get to Dallas, it's 9 other cars. People like, what?
A lot with Beat King in the early stage.
Me and him sitting there joke about this all the time. He had a hard time getting this record played, right? Beat King and Tasha was always in the club. They was always just begging to get their record played. And they would stay the whole night and just chill with us. But the thing about it, what really broke Beat King, yeah, everybody don't remember this, Candy Red. Independent. When Independent blew up, it made him like, okay, who made this beat? Yeah. They didn't know that Beat King made the beat, and it was just so crazy because like right now, he has a gold record. Chose has a gold record. They just never gave up. They would sit in the club with us at Metropolis all night. They didn't beg. They didn't he got a record. And even if we played to the end of the night, they would sit there and be focused and be like, okay, they didn't like this one. They didn't like this. But they kept coming with these hits. And the hits after hits. Once Beat King got the crush, it went out of there. And what's so crazy about it, and Houston was doing a little bit, right? But this was when the PD, K104 had just got in, Geo. We went to Dallas, and he was like, okay, we're going to take it back because just playing like 4 or 5 times. He liked the record so much, it went from 4 or 5 times that he put the record in 100 times at K104. Houston wasn't even playing like that. And from then on, B King had a hit every single year. Just kept being consistent. Like I remember we went down one year to Atlanta, probably like 2015. They didn't know who he was in Atlanta. We was passing out CDs. They was throwing CDs back and everything. We still got the videotape right now, doing it. But now he goes to Atlanta. He had to go do a whole week in Atlanta. Like the new single he got is with Ludacris. And then he got one with Lil Jon and Yin Yang because Atlanta loves him. But he just never gave up. They kept making hits. But he was patient and just every night, just like, man, I'm going to get it right eventually. Yeah. And like I said, just by the luck of God, Candy Red blew up. And next thing you know, it was on. And even though Candy Red got signed, she didn't make it all the way. Yeah. He has made it all the way. And still, like I said, still consistent right now.
But I'm going to put another little bit of sauce on that too, because down there in Dallas, we helped it a lot. But here's the thing. Let's talk about that TikTok again. You know what I mean?
Queen dropped that joint.
Yeah.
TikTok, man, that mother.
You see what I'm saying?
Every other video I was looking at.
You see what I'm saying?
You got little kids, you got
see what I'm saying? TikTok, bro.
Everybody is doing, man.
The biggest platform out here today, the TikTok, and really shot a lot of these situations to the moon. And then another thing I like to put in a musical fact about B King. B King for the last 10 years has always remained to have at least one record. Yeah. At least one. Yeah. That always did well for him the last 10 years. So it was just a timing thing, and I applaud the big homie all the time. Yeah. That's my guy, you know what I mean? And I'm saying, like, he's right when he said he never just gave up, bro. Yeah. Kept applying pressure.
If you give up, we already know the answer to that. The result going to be, you know what I'm saying? I'm a firm believer in keep pushing. Yeah, man, so we back rocking. So I remember earlier, man, before the camera was rolling, bro, we was chopping it up and we was talking about how the pandemic either made or break for. What would you think would be the most ingenious thing that you seen that somebody was able to come up with in ways of finances, making some bread, you know what I'm saying, at the time where everything was down and wasn't moving around?
Remember I told you I did the curbside, right? I ain't gonna sit here and lie. The curbside helped me make so much money. I made like 3 times more money that I would have doing the curbside. Like I said, they hooked me up. So we're like, you here, you can be the entertainment coordinator or whatever position. Right. And man, like I said, because we were doing them 6 days a week. So it pretty much kind of helped change a lot of my position. Just going and playing music. And I didn't have to like, I'm going to go break this, I'm going to play this. I can go play Zydeco, play gospel, a lot of old R&B, and the people was entertained, the cars was entertained, helped them get through the line, and it made it a lot easier, but it was just such a stressful situation because remember, nobody had jobs, nobody had money, they didn't really know what they was doing. So the government had to kind of take care of everybody, so it helped me change a lot of position for them months because you didn't have clubs for like 3-4 months or anything.
The club scene took a major hit, man, and artists, I seen major artists was doing like virtual shows, you know what I'm saying? That was pretty ingenious.
I say this now, you got my mind clicking. We was in front of the whole Zoom DJ meetings and the Zoom meet and greets and things of that nature. Everything went virtual. Right. So I can honestly, I was a part of a team of individuals, Dwight and D-Train and some of the veterans, that my cat OP out of the West Coast. We came together, and I'm being honest, I think we put together the first 5 to 10 DJ Zoom calls across the country. You know, we did Chicago, we did the West Coast, we did it Dallas, we did it Houston. At that time, when everybody hadn't seen their friends and things, it was really monumental because we had a chance to be able to see them, you know what I mean? And we were sending lunches, Uber eating lunches to folks to sit back, and we play these records across Zoom, and it was real live, man, to believe it or not. That was one of the things that was.
A lot of people folded, man. There was a lot of people that had companies that That don't exist no more and that type of thing, you know.
You know what's crazy about the best thing, and it ain't just like he said, the best thing to happen, which is gonna happen tonight, the verses. Verses changed the game of music. It brought so many artists who was careers was gone, dead, to the point that people were streaming crazy numbers. They was getting millions of views on Instagram. Before the incident, Tory Lanez with the
radio.
Yeah, with his radio.
Yeah.
Changed the game. So it made people who really didn't know what they was doing become stars. And then even what was now the Fat Joe podcast, and everybody just kind of got creative and kind of made a lane for themselves. Because as long as you kept your name alive, your music was streaming. Everything was kind of, so you didn't really miss as much as you thought you missed.
So things are starting to come back. Well, Texas, thing is pretty much back to normal, God damn it. Texas and Florida. You know what I'm saying? So what do you think that it'll get back completely back to normal, or what do you think some things that might stick around, man, since this whole pandemic situation?
Well, I know in my market, the big clubs took a major hit. I don't think they'll actually come back full circle on the big clubs, if that be the case. And I think it's just a matter of time to really see what these major concerts will do too as well.
Right.
You know, they're doing a lot of drive-in concerts, things of that nature. I think they still keeps the thrill around, but I don't think you still get the same effect.
You got the concert with Mooski and all them on that's coming up in Houston on the Toyota Center next month. That's gonna be, I don't know how many people they're gonna in, but if they don't end up with 10,000 in, it's back because you're gonna have an actual big concert. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's got Erica, got a lot of artists here doing Erica, Stunner, Mooski. It's gonna be the first real sense of a real concert. And we ain't in the cars, we actually in the arena.
Who are some of the people that y'all see up and coming that we might not heard of?
I don't know. You got somebody you could think of? Because believe it or not, is the Mooski is the most recent to say. I think my boys and them over there, the Babies camp is gonna do well. They're gonna do really, really well. I was impressed with a lot of their music. They hadn't all of them came all the way out. Like the big young kid he got, Notorious. He's a really talented, extraordinary kid, to be honest with you. So it's a few things that's kind of bubbling and coming about. Is just, you know, the fact of their commitment, and because I don't think a lot of artists realize the commitment level you have to be successful on that side. You know what I mean?
In the camp, I like Kat Kilo girl, and Kat Kilo it can be an inspiration because remember Kat Kilo was from Baton Rouge, didn't really have nothing. She moved to Houston and was really kind of struggling in Houston. But what happened was she went up to Dallas and did the baby, like a meet and greet, mixer. But the connections, her energy is so good, they hit the baby. The baby hit her. They got it connected and was like, go to Charlotte. And it's pretty much, the story just going on. And like I said, they went to Dallas, they went to Houston, they went to Atlanta. They just did an Orlando show that probably had about 10, 15,000 people out there. And just the energy, just like you just can't never give up because you honestly never know what day is going to be your day, what can change your life. And the baby story was crazy, just off of South by Southwest. Now, if you go walk in the diaper, the whole office gonna go crazy just to be around.
Well, if you really look at the timeline, tactically, you know, a lot of people after that, even with the South by Southwest, every year somebody does something walking down the middle of the street every year now, if you pay attention. You know what I mean? Because, you know, it's a perfect platform. I call it the catwalk for one, if they do the right thing, which he did. To get all that kind of attention, you know what I mean? Because what people do is the automatic thing, just like now, pop out that phone, and everybody get a chance to go viral, especially if it's something that's attractive to them. They want a wow effect, I call it.
So let me ask y'all this, man. What advice from each one of y'all, man, would y'all give the artists that's coming up that don't know exactly what they might be trying to achieve or that's trying to achieve greatness but don't know how to go about doing it?
Stay consistent, apply pressure, and just don't give up, you know what I mean? Because believe it or not, it's not your timeline. The things are going to be, you know, in time. Don't get it twisted. But a lot of times people are trying to rush something that they don't have a timeline to it.
Like he said, basically you cannot give up. Even if you go to the club and your hit doesn't work for 6, 7 months, don't give up. Come back with another. The same thing like I beat King and chose it. Keep coming back. They didn't just start off, are we just going to blow up? No, they had to sit their chance too until they got it right. Trust me, when you get it right, you gonna know it, and people are going to be happy to see you and gonna play your record. They ain't gonna be like, oh man, he here to play again. They'll be like, oh, he here. They're gonna spend it before you even think about it. Pretty much. I got DJ. It's like with the Soulja Boy. I don't even have to ask DJs to do it. They'll send me the video in my thing. Like, hey man, this it. I ain't asked you to do that, but hey, cool. Let's go with it. You know what I'm saying? You gonna know when it's hit because they're gonna get excited. Yeah. Don't give up and don't get frustrated. Sometimes it might take 5, even 10 years. You just never know. But stay consistent.
All right. Yeah, man. So after trying this food, man, I want to get both of y'all opinion, man, on what y'all think, man, on what y'all tried. Let us know what y'all had and what you think about that thing, man.
Food's delicious. I had the gumbo. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. I tell you how good it was. I done lost it here and looking at this boy wasting his gumbo on his shirt. That tell you how good it is. But anyway, I had the boudin and I had the fish, and it was excellent. It was good. It was good. It was good.
Y'all know it's good. You still got. I'm weighing mine, but it's some of the best gumbo I've had. I don't even want to put it down. That's how good it is. You got to come here and try.
That's what's up. That's what's up. We getting ready to sign out, man. Is anything else I want to tell people? You got to tell the people where they can get at you at if they want to get in touch with you. This is the final wrap up, man. Y'all say whatever it is I want to get off y'all chest, bro. And we're going to sign out in a minute, man.
Man, BC, you can get me on all platforms at Southern Fried Marketing, Southern Fried MKTG. Shoot, it's simple, man. Just holler at me.
Damon is Mr. School Takeover CEO Damon, or the little one is Mr. High School Takeover. Either one, you can do it. And remember this, we said it first. Texans, way better record than the Cowgirls in the fall, even with Taiwan the quarterback, if that happens.
So I have one more thing to say. He's talking about Little League football. Because he could not be talking about the NFL team that I know, the Texans, when they had 2 major athletes, superstars, let's say, just quit. I don't want to play for this team no more. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Quote, unquote.
We're not going to end this night off like this here, man. I didn't want this night. They didn't want to end off this whole segment off like this here. And we ain't got enough time to sit there and go no further, man. But honestly, man, I really want to appreciate y'all. Let y'all know I appreciate y'all coming rocking out with us, bro. From me and the team, man, you know what I'm saying? So anytime y'all want to pull up and come rock out with us, man, you got an open invitation to come rock out with us. Hope this ain't the last time I see you, you know what I'm saying? And see either one of y'all, man. So salute, man. Texas Plug in the building, man. We're going to sign out, man. Salute.
You know what it is, Don Key, the H-Town legend, telling y'all to watch the TexasPlug.com.